Hey, and welcome back to my channel. So I've had a few people send me messages and just ask about the 4Runner and the build. I don't have an official build sheet, so I figured why not just do a quick walk around, kind of give you guys a little inside peek of what makes this thing work and all that good stuff. So let's go. So we'll start with the wheels and tires. My wheels are from Trail Gear. They are Trail Gear Creeper Lock B-Locks. I love these wheels. My favorite feature of the wheel is the outer ring. Typically your outer ring is a one-piece ring. The Trail Gear ring is a 6-piece ring. The tires are NITTO Trail Grappler mud tires. I'm running a 40 by 13.5 by 17, and this tire is amazing. It has great road manners. No, they are not balanced, and they still drive really well. I don't have to deal with any kind of vibration or anything like that with these tires. I've taken these tires on snow, dirt, mud, rocks, you name it, water, and it has outperformed itself. So I'm super happy. I'm super happy with my wheel and tire combo. So since I've stepped up to 40s, I've had a lot of people concerned about my axles. No, I am not stepping up to tons. I am running Toyota axles. So let's talk about my axles. All right, so I got IFS hubs along with Trail Gear 6-shooters, Trail Gear high steer. I have Trail Gear Longfield chromoly axles. Third member, 529 gears with a lock-right locker. And the axle's protected by Skies off-road truss along with Marlin Crawler diff armor. Onto the rear axle, I'm running stock Toyota axle shafts and 529 Revolution gears with a Trail Gear spool. Cool thing I have back here is this Trail Gear Rock Assault inspection hole, which I think is kind of neat. I get to see my gears whenever I service my diff fluid. All right, here are my drive lines. My front drive line is a Trail Gear long slip kit. My buddy Dan over at Twin Peaks put it together for me. And the rear drive line is from Adams Drive Shafts. I ordered it through them over the phone and it was a perfect fit. Let's talk about the front suspension. So my leaf springs is your typical rough setup. Rough stands for rears up front, so it's exactly that. And it just gives the front axle a bit more travel and more articulation. So these shock hoops, originally, before I did the engine swap, the shock hoops used to be on the inside of the engine bay, and when I did the swap, there was no space. So moved the shock hoops to the outside of the frame, and I'm running a 14-inch Bilstein shock up front. So with my rear suspension setup, the rears are Chevy 63s with the helper spring removed, and the shocks are the Bilsteins. I think I'm running 16-inch Bilsteins back here. The shock hoops actually go into the cab, and they're mounted in the cab behind the back seats. The front bumper is a custom bumper from Outlaw Overland, and the winch is a Badland Apex 12K winch. Sliders, also custom, rock sliders, and the rear bumper is also custom as well, along with the tube tailgate. I know this doesn't look like your typical first-gen 4Runner. It isn't. It was bobbed, and the canopy was also bobbed. I have the canopy off right now. The tailgate was actually moved to here, and the window is fully functional like it was right out the factory. So I'm able to use a switch and make it go up and down still. The canopy, when it is on, actually comes right to the window and it rests right over the window. So I actually have a bed, a little bed in the back of my 4Runner. I also moved my battery to the bed as well because I ran out of space in the engine bay when the swap was done. Back is pinched and bobbed with steel plate for the quarter panels, DOM tube around the fenders, DOM around the front fenders as well, and the front was also pinched. In the interior, I have an ExoFab inner cage kit that my good buddy Sean put together for me. He welded it up and got it installed for me and tied it into the roll bar in the rear. Also replaced all of the stock door cards with Trail Gear ABS door panels. This is great if you're wheeling because it gets muddy, it gets gross, and it's super easy to wipe up and clean. Also upgraded the seats in here to PRP seats, reclinable front seats with PRP harnesses, and the rear is a PRP bench with PRP harnesses. Also upgraded the steering wheel with the PRP steering wheel and an Energy quick release hub. So if you follow me on Instagram, go check out my highlights. Within the highlights, I have two sections. It's called Swap 3-4 Swap 1 and 3-4 Swap 2. So last summer, 4th of July weekend, I was heading down to the beach to meet some friends, and the 22RE that was in here decided to blow up on me, literally. At that point, I decided to swap in a 3-4 along with the R150 Trans, and while I was at it, decided to add dual cases to this. So let's start with the engine. And this is my little just in case, because hood locks that I had failed once, and the hood came flying up. Yep, short girl problem. Ah! All right. So here's a 3-4 that was swapped in from the 22RE. As I mentioned earlier, I used to have shock hoops that came out right here when I had the 22RE. Now, obviously, there's no space. The battery used to be here, and the battery also had to be moved because there is no space. This is my RK titanium air intake from Drew Built. So I have my Trail Gear power steering pump for the hydro assist, PSC RAM. There's a lot more that I need to do to clean up in here. I basically just threw the engine in and literally just started wheeling as soon as I got the engine in. So there's a little more cleaning up to do, some wires, and there's some new mud in here I have to clean out of the engine bay. But for the most part, it's your typical 3-4 swap. I absolutely love it over the 22RE. I take this any day. So this is a 3.0 transmission, the R150. And it's paired up with the dual cases with the Trail Gear adapter plates. The front case is a 228 case and the rear is a 47 case. The cross member is a custom cross member that was made right there in the Fake News shop. So let's talk about my sticks. This is your typical shifter, first to fifth and reverse. This stick here is for my front case, the 228 case. It's either high or low in this stick. And these are my twin sticks for my rear case, the 47 case. So this is the 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive, and this would be the high or low. So the next few episodes, I'll be highlighting some of my favorite builders. Specifically these 4 that's on my door. Drew, Red Label, Fake News, and Wheel and Jeep. These guys have helped me out tremendously through my build. They've taught me everything I know. They're teaching me even still today. They've helped me, they've showed me, they're just amazing people. I love these guys. They're like my family. They're a part of the Theee.Krisss Ohana. And I just wanted to highlight them because they are all amazing builders themselves. They build their stuff, they drive their stuff, and when things break, they just build it up better. I just wanted to show you guys the awesome things that they're doing in the shop and in the community. And here is my 1986 4Runner. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like, hit that notification button and the bell. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you 100%. Until the next one, aloha.